Let's be honest. Nobody expected the 2026 Kansas City Chiefs offseason to look like this. 1 year after reaching the Super Bowl 3 times in 4 years, this franchise went 6-11, missed the playoffs for the first time since 2014, watched Patrick Mahomes tear his ACL and LCL in December, and is now staring down one of the most important offseasons in recent memory. And right in the middle of all that chaos? 2 of the biggest wide receiver names in the league just became available at the same time. Stefon Diggs, free agent, still unsigned. Tyreek Hill, free agent, still unsigned. Both of them available right now, when the Chiefs need pass catchers more than they have in years. And as of today, April 2026, neither of them has a new home. So this conversation is very much alive. If you're a Chiefs fan and your jaw isn't on the floor, you're not paying attention. So let's break this down properly. The facts, the risks, the real picture, because there's a lot of noise out there, and this situation deserves a clear-headed look. Let's start with Stefon Diggs because the story here is more interesting than most people are telling it. Diggs signed a 3-year, $69 million deal with the New England Patriots last March. By most measures, he delivered. He caught 85 passes for 1,013 yards and 4 touchdowns in 17 games, making him New England's first 1,000-yard receiver since Julian Edelman back in 2019. He was Drake May's most trusted target. He was a locker room leader. His teammates publicly praised him heading into Super Bowl 60. He even helped the Patriots reach the Super Bowl, where they ultimately fell to the Seattle Seahawks. So why did they cut him? Simple: money. His cap hit was set to jump from $10.5 million to $26.5 million in 2026, and he was about to have an additional $6 million guaranteed. The Patriots made a purely financial calculation. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze, and NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero confirmed the move on March 4th. Diggs was gone before the new league year even opened. Diggs responded with class. He posted on Instagram, "Thank you for a hell of a year. No drama. No shots fired. Just gratitude." Now here's what a lot of people are getting wrong about Diggs. He turns 33 in November, not 32. And he did not tear his ACL in 2025. He played all 17 regular season games and produced at an elite level. His expected points added ranked 4th among all NFL wide receivers last season. That is top 5 production in the entire league. Yes, there are serious off-field concerns. Diggs has a felony strangulation charge pending, with a pretrial hearing already scheduled. Teams have to weigh that. It's real, and it matters. But athletically? The man showed up, played all 17 games, and produced like a top 5 receiver. That's the accurate picture. Here's the other thing worth noting. The reason Diggs still hasn't signed anywhere is likely tied to the draft. Reports indicate he may wait until after the 2026 NFL Draft before committing to a new team, which means the Chiefs absolutely still have a shot at him. And based on what Brett Veach has been doing this offseason, the interest is mutual. So where does Kansas City fit in? The Chiefs are a team that hasn't had a 1,000-yard wide receiver since Tyreek Hill in 2021. 4 years. No one has crossed that mark. Rashee Rice, who was supposed to be the guy, served a 6-game suspension to start 2025, and then ended his season in Week 15 with a concussion. He finished with just 53 catches for 571 yards. The good news? The NFL closed its investigation into Rice just days ago and cleared him of any discipline. He'll be on the field in 2026. But that still leaves Kansas City needing another reliable target alongside him. Marquise Brown, their second leading receiver last season with 49 catches and 587 yards, walked in free agency. Xavier Worthy showed flashes but played through injuries all year. The Chiefs did re-sign Tyquan Thornton on a 2-year deal worth up to $14 million, and Thornton is a legitimate deep threat who had a career year. But he is not a number 1 receiver. He's a complementary piece. The hole at the top of this depth chart is still very real. Put Diggs, a savvy veteran route runner who's been productive against young quarterbacks 2 years running, into an Andy Reid offense with Patrick Mahomes throwing when he returns, and that's not a desperate move. That's a calculated upgrade. On February 16th, the Miami Dolphins released Tyreek Hill. And within hours, social media exploded. Let's put Hill's release into proper context. He was set to carry a $51.1 million cap hit in 2026, the highest cap number of any non-quarterback in the entire NFL. Miami's new regime decided that number made no sense after Hill tore his ACL and dislocated his knee in Week 4 against the Jets, ending his 2025 season after just 4 games. So they cut him, absorbed $28.2 million in dead money, saved $22.9 million in cap space, and moved on. Hill posted on Instagram immediately. The cheetah don't slow down. Every chapter in life has taught me something. This one taught me leadership, resilience, and mostly gratitude. And Chiefs fans, along with everyone else, started asking the obvious question. Is he coming back to Kansas City? Before we get into that, let's give Hill his proper flowers. In 6 seasons in Kansas City, Hill made 4 All-Pro teams, including 5 All-Pro selections overall across his career. He was the centerpiece of the offense during those championship years. Since he left, no wide receiver on this team has even touched 11% of the team's total receiving yards. Travis Kelce leads at 22.7%. The gap Hill left has never been filled. Chris Jones publicly called for Hill's return on social media. ESPN's Louis Riddick said it plainly on First Take. Not only do they need him, he needs them. The betting markets immediately installed the Chiefs as early favorites to sign him. Now here's the update that matters as of right now. Hill's agent Drew Rosenhaus went on the Stephen A. Smith show recently and said this: his client absolutely is on track for the start of the regular season. No second surgery needed. Recovery is on track. The goal is week 1. That is a significant development because just weeks ago, NFL Network's Tom Pelissero was reporting it was unclear when or even if Hill would be ready to play in 2026. So the injury picture has gotten meaningfully more positive. But Hill still hasn't signed anywhere. Why? Because his agent says he is waiting for full medical clearance before committing to a new team, and he wants to play for a contender. The Chiefs are very much in that conversation. ESPN's Nate Taylor reported Kansas City plans to keep tabs on Hill throughout the offseason. Andy Reid, when asked about a reunion, was careful but not dismissive. I don't even know if Tyreek is healthy right now to do anything. I'm sure he's working hard on that part of it. That's a coach staying cautious, not a door being closed. The competition is real though. The Chargers have nearly $79 million in cap space, and Mike McDaniel, who built Miami's entire offense around Hill, is now their offensive coordinator. Hill has publicly acknowledged McDaniel's move to LA. The Bills, Ravens, and 49ers are all in the mix too. This isn't a foregone conclusion. But here's what makes the Chiefs unique in this race. Hill already knows the system. He already has a relationship with Mahomes. He already knows what winning in Kansas City feels like. And both of them, Hill and Mahomes, are returning from serious knee surgeries on roughly similar timelines. As one analyst put it, their recovery windows could actually sync up in a way that makes a reunion genuinely logical, not just nostalgic. Here's the thing that most conversations about Diggs and Hill are missing, and it's the most important point of all. The Chiefs are not just shopping for wide receivers. They are rebuilding an entire team around a quarterback who is recovering from a torn ACL and LCL and may or may not be ready for week 1. Reports out of Kansas City say Mahomes is ahead of schedule in his recovery. NFL insider Jay Glazer said publicly that he would take the under on the recovery timeline knowing Mahomes. That's encouraging. But this front office isn't building for just one game. They are building for the long haul. They traded Trent McDuffie and now have 9 draft picks, including their first rounder at number 9 overall. They signed Justin Fields from the Jets as a bridge quarterback option. Travis Kelce re-signed on a multi-year deal, so the tight end room is stable. Rashee Rice is cleared. Tyquan Thornton is back. The foundation exists. But the ceiling of this offense, the part that separates a playoff team from a Super Bowl contender, still depends on what happens at wide receiver. And right now, with Diggs still unsigned and Hill still unsigned, the Chiefs have a genuine opportunity to make a move that could reshape this entire situation. The question is whether Brett Veach pulls the trigger on one of them, both of them if the cap allows, or a young receiver from the draft like USC's Mekhi Lemon, who the Chiefs are reportedly very high on heading into April. As of today, here is where things actually stand. Stefon Diggs is healthy, productive, and waiting for the right fit. He may not sign until after the draft. The Chiefs are among the teams connected to him. If he comes to Kansas City at the right price, he immediately becomes Mahomes' most experienced and reliable target. The off-field concerns are real and cannot be ignored, but the football case is strong. Tyreek Hill's agent has now publicly stated he is on track for week 1. That is a much better story than it was a month ago. He wants a contender. The Chiefs are a contender when Mahomes is healthy. Both sides have reasons to make this work. But the Chargers, Bills, and others will make it a competition. And Thornton is already back, which is the one concrete move the Chiefs have made at receiver so far. He gives Mahomes a deep threat. He does not give Mahomes a number 1. That gap still exists. And the team knows it. This offseason is not done. The draft is still ahead. Free agency still has pieces available. And two of the biggest names at the most important position of need for this team are still out there, waiting. Chiefs Kingdom. Who do you want to see line up opposite Rashee Rice next season? Stefon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, a rookie from the draft, or some combination? Drop it in the comments because I genuinely want to know what this fanbase is thinking right now. And if you want Chiefs analysis that gives you real facts, real updates, and real context, not recycled opinions, hit that subscribe button. Every video we put out is built on what's actually happening, not what sounds good. That's the standard here, and we're not changing it.